Real Talk Baseball and College Baseball. As always, Ernie Orange is on the show with me. And of course, we have a great show for you guys today. I feel like we're kind of lagging on the screen, but we should be fine today. Happy Sunday. How's it going over there, Ernie?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. We're excited. Baseball's finally back. It's been a great opening weekend. It's been a lot of craziness in the MLB world right now, but let's just give you some quick updates. The Marlins are 3-1. Three of their wins have been by walk-off, Carlos. You
Yeah.
got Rafael Devers starting the season 0-16 with 12 strikeouts. What the heck is going on with the guy out there? And then you got the Yankees, the Bronx Bombers, finding power with some torpedo bats. What's going on? Baseball's wild right now. It's only one weekend. We still have 6 months of baseball left. I'm excited. How about you, Carlos?
Dude, and you forgot to talk about the Dodgers. The Dodgers are playing great baseball. Are they going to ever lose? And not only that, Rafael Devers, what's going on with him? Ever since they told him he's not playing third base, he's been slumping. So we'll talk about them. And of course, we'll talk about Sasaki. Everybody saw the picture, and we'll get a little insight on what's going on with him. Jonathan India got hit in the head. We got the video, and you guys can check it out right here. If you guys are in TikTok and checking this out, go to our YouTube, and we have all the videos for you there. And we would like for you guys to comment on our stuff. We are live, of course. And of course, what's more annoying than me and the Padre fan? Aaron Judge. I mean, Aaron Boone. Man,
What?
Aaron Boone has been coming out lately, dude. He's been over there saying Dodgers this, Dodgers that, Dodgers this. It's like, dude, he sleeps and he thinks about the Dodgers. So we'll go and talk about that as well. And then, of course, there's been a team that's been moving signs out of their stadium because they feel like they can't be looking at their past. And they decided to move it. And we'll talk about the Rangers. And we'll talk about another team that, of course, has been putting up signs for wild card and for other stuff that they didn't win. So, of course, we'll talk about that. But first, let's get into the Bronx Bombers, dude. What do you think of the torpedo bat? Do you think it should be legal? It shouldn't be legal? Or do you think they're going to investigate? Or do you already know the answer for all those questions?
Oh, man, we'll talk about the torpedo bats. What a great day for baseball. What a great day for if you're a Yankee fan to start off. They started off the game breaking their all-time record with 9 home runs in a single game. Nestor Cortez, their ex-teammate, just threw some meatballs down the middle, and these guys took advantage. Paul Goldschmidt, Cody Bellinger, and Judge on the first 3 pitches of the game had never been done. First time ever in MLB history. Hey, man, I'm all for it. I get it. These players want to do better. They're tired of struggling. They're tired of being tied up in there. And this is signed by Lenny, a guy from the Yankee payroll, is about to be rich, Carlos. He's one of the smartest guys out there from MIT, building a torpedo bat for these players. What makes him successful, right? It works, and it doesn't break MLB rules. MLB came out to state today it's within MLB legal rules. It doesn't pass the 42 inches long length. It's within diameter size, 2.61 inches. What do you need, man? You like it? I'm a big fan of it.
Dude, this is how big it is right here, right there. You see it? That's the barrel length. Aaron Judge uses this barrel length for, like, I believe a long width. Like, it's long. So that's what she said. Anyway, the length it shouldn't be more than 42. We already know that, but the width, I guess, it's what everybody's talking about and hasn't even looked at it. If you look at the picture that we have here on YouTube, there's a torpedo there. You see the big barrel in the middle, and then it gets small at the end. Imagine you hit the ball with that end where it's little. You're not going to get a good piece of the ball. Anyway, if the Yankees are using this, and it's not all of them, Aaron Judge, like I said, is not one of the players that's using the barrel, the bat with the big barrel on it. He's using the big barrel all the way. And I think it's Chance Chisholm, Belly that's using it, and they're using it because they just can't put the whole barrel on it. So they have a chance to have a little bit more bigger barrel on the spot, the inside part where the label's at. So with that said, it's legal. They're using it, and I'm pretty sure these guys practiced it with this bat on spring training, and that's why they're hitting the ball. I want to see a bat. I want to see how heavy it is, and if it's balanced. Like, that's one of the questions you should be asking: is that bat balanced? If you were to use it, right? Because I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way.
No, totally right. These bets are interesting, Carlos. The moment you looked at it yesterday, I was like, is this really the reason why they had so much power? I have to sit back and realize that Nestor Cortez had a terrible outing. He was throwing some meatballs
Yeah,
down the middle to some MVP caliber players that just took advantage of it. The Brewers are not pitching well. And you're talking about a Yankee
yeah,
team that had a great spring. They worked on these bats, and you could tell they're being it's beneficial for them. And they're going to use it if
yeah,
the MLB is allowing them. So these bats were designed to put more mass and more of the barrel towards the label, which is where most of the players make most of the contact. And what was going on in the previous seasons is that these players were putting the ball, and it wasn't really traveling that well. They were jamming the bats. They were struggling. So they're able to design the bat the way they want it to be. It's like golf.
yeah,
If you think about it, these golfers get to design their golf clubs. Same thing for the MLB players. They're going to be able to design the bats the way they want to use them. It's part of the game, Carlos, and this is going to have to change the way the pitchers think now. Because if the guy's
yeah,
using a torpedo bat, you're going to have to approach this batter a little different now. Because why? You maybe can't pitch him inside as much anymore. You may have to pitch him a little bit more outside or throw more off-speed
yeah,
pitches. So what do you think? Is this going to
yeah.
change the dynamic? Because you got Trevor Megill from the Brewers saying this is Bush League, and it's because the Yankees are doing it.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people are saying they're cheating. A lot of people are saying that, oh, the balls are juiced. Oh, the bats are juiced. Like, oh, the bats, those torpedo bats are not legal. Look, the Yankees did all their research before they went ahead and used them on spring training. You cannot use those type of bats in spring training and then say, oh, it's the season starting, we're not going to use them anymore. No, because spring training is part of the league. It's part of the time that we're going to go ahead and use these bats. They went ahead and used them. And of course, what happened is that when they went to the season, they started hitting home runs. They started showing out that game yesterday against Nestor Cortez, like you mentioned. And of course, everybody's saying, oh, they're cheating. And it doesn't work that way. The way that it works is that they went ahead and they're using what they like to use, like you said. So another thing to add to it, though, I do see that the way that a pitcher is going to approach these hitters now is not the same statistical stats that they had back then. What you're going to do is, okay, you see the barrel a little bit smaller, more compact on by the label. Now, am I going to throw that fastball outside, that curveball outside? Are we going to be using more change-ups, more curveballs? So this is where the pitcher needs to start thinking about a different approach against these hitters that have those bats. The Yankees aren't the only hitters using these bats. There's other players around the league that are using it. So it's legal. Stop crying about it. Move on. I know it's the Yankees, but the Yankees are innovating the game. And if they're innovating the game to where the bat is legal, leave it alone. Let's keep playing and let's play ball, dude. So we'll leave it.
We just want to throw a couple mentions. A couple MLB players like Ryan Jeffers from the Twins used the torpedo bat today. He went 0 for 4, so it didn't go so well for him. We have Junior Caminero from the Rays, also known to use a torpedo bat, and he mixes it up. There's times the reason these guys use a torpedo bat is because these are the guys that like to choke up on the bats. So with the torpedo bat, now it gives them the option of not having to choke up on the bat, which is amazing. Because now you could just focus on batting and holding the bat like it would be a normal bat. And instead of choking up on the other bat, it changes the dynamic. So it's all great for the players. It's going to work in their favor. And after going to the past couple seasons, we're being pitcher dominant and a lot of batters struggling. This is great for the game. We're going to finally see a little bit more better offensive performances, and this is good.
Yeah, dude, not only that, but this is crazy because they did have a lot of errors this weekend. And that's one of the things that they went and get Cody Bellinger for, Goldschmidt. I know they need a third baseman. Maybe this will kind of amp them up to get Arenado out of there. So I don't know. I'm just saying it could happen, right? So it's pretty cool that this is happening now. And of course, we're seeing it, but it's too early. Are the Yankees this good this early? A caution tape or something to be, I don't know. That's how they started last year, and they didn't win the World Series. So what do you think? Is it too early?
Yeah, it's way too early, Carlos. It's just one weekend. They played a bad Brewers team that honestly is not looking good going forward. And the Yankees team took advantage of them big time. Their pitching was not there. Offensively, this Yankee team looks perfect right now. You have Judge 4 home runs in 3 days. Josh Chisholm found with the torpedo bat. He's taking advantage of that right field porch. Belly is looking right at home, and he looks good in the pinstripes. Let me just put that out there. He looks
Yeah,
like he
he does.
fits in. And then
Yeah,
you have Anthony Volpe using the torpedo bat. Austin Wells hitting leadoff and doing great. It's a Yankee team that looks really good, but the concern is defensively. Like you said, yesterday, yes, they scored 20 runs, but they also had 5 errors. And when it's crunch time and when you're facing a caliber team like a Dodgers, Phillies, Mets, it's going to get much tougher, and you're going to have to tighten up that defense, or else you're not going to go deep.
That's true. That's true. Anything else to add before we go ahead and move? Would you use this bat? I know you were going to ask me that, but would you use this bat?
Hey, if it benefited me and it produced my average to go way higher, why not? At the end of the day, I'm trying to get paid, right? I'm trying to get a
Yeah.
major league contract with the
Yeah.
highest pay rate. And if I could get a little bit more pop in my bat, why not? Because,
Yeah.
these smaller guys tend to be the ones using it. Jazz Chisholm,
Yeah.
Volpe, they're the shorter guys in the team. Judge doesn't need it. That guy's so big, no reason. So why not?
True,
How about you? Would
true.
you use this torpedo bat?
To be honest, dude, if I was given a chance to use this bat, I kind of have to check if it's balanced. I need to check if it's something that I would use. Do I use that inner half like they do, that label? I feel like I hit barrel. I'm more of a Judge person that hits that barrel. That's why Judge has that longer barrel than the rest of these other hitters. So I don't think I would. But like I said, I would have to check if this bat is balanced, and I would like to swing one of them because it's a new innovative way of hitting the ball. And I think it's just better for baseball. It has a lot of people speaking, a lot of people talking out there and saying, hey, what's going on with these bats? Torpedo bats, what is that? Like, what do you mean it's a torpedo bat? And people are thinking crazy stuff out there. And what's getting brought up? Baseball. And what do we want to do? We want to grow the game of baseball, and it's doing it. So it's doing its function. It's doing what it needs to do, and it's getting home runs, which a lot of people like seeing home runs. So
that's true, man. This torpedo bat shocked the MLB world. Just throwing that out there. This Yankees, Bronx Bombers, they're looking nice offensively. And with these torpedo bats in the mix, people are questioning that this is cheating. Like we said, MLB already announced that this is okay. They're okay to use them. Everyone in the MLB is allowed to use it. So if it benefits you, go ahead and use it. And if not, stay with traditional way. And it's fine. It's part of the game.
Yeah, definitely part of the game, dude. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, man. And we have a good topic on this one. Are the Dodgers the best team ever? It doesn't seem like they're going to ever lose. Every time they're down, they come back. I know they took 2 games out of the Cubs out there in Japan. They came back home. They started the season against the Tigers, and the Tigers look pretty good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the Tigers should have won one or 2 of those games, but the Dodgers came back and they won and they swept the Tigers. So I feel the Dodgers look really good, but it's too early. It's way too early to say, oh, they're never gonna lose. I know everybody's waiting for the Dodgers to lose. Right? Everybody's waiting for that one loss so they can be like, yeah, the Dodgers suck. The Dodgers aren't going to do anything. So do you feel like they're ever going to lose?
I mean, it's inevitable. They're eventually going to lose, right? It's part of the game. They're going to take a day off and probably, lose 1 out of the 3 every here and there. But this Dodger team is way too stacked, Carlos. They're built to win. That 1 through 9 lineup is dangerous from top to bottom. Their pitching staff looks amazing. The bullpen. You got to give credit to Andrew Freeman. This guy has built one of the best teams we've ever seen in this 2000 era. From the past 25 years, man, we have not seen a team develop like this Dodger team. You're talking about they needed a left-handed bat. They lost Jason Hayward. James Outman wasn't the answer. What did they do? They brought a guy in like Michael Conforto who could be that guy. Tanner Scott, the best guy in the NL West, a lefty bullpen guy with some nasty stuff. You go ahead and get him. You don't want to see him again in that Padres uniform. What? You steal him away from the Padres. You get a closer like Kirby Yates, and you get him too. You bring a Japanese phenom like Roki Sasaki, who's only 23 years old with a 100-mile fastball. Yes, he struggled yesterday, but he's still going to be the next guy in line to take over for this Dodgers rotation. So you got to give credit where credit's due. The Dodgers have spent the money. They're being the best team ever right now in this era. They are potentially going to be the team to have the all-time wins record. You may say no, that they don't care about it. And the players will tell you, yeah, we don't really care about it. We only care at World Series or bust. That's bullshit. This team is capable of winning over 120 games, and I bet anybody could agree with me.
Yeah, You know, it's crazy that you say that because I do understand and do feel like the Dodgers can win that 116 games plus. They can win that 117. A lot of people are saying 120. And I don't know why 120. I guess they just feel like that's the number, right? And that's the number that's been thrown around. Are they capable of doing it? Yes. Are they going to be able to make it? We don't know because health, it has a lot to do with this team. And we saw it last year. They weren't healthy all the way through. We saw pitchers come in and out. We saw pitchers from, the minors come in and throw, and then they got Tommy John surgery. So we had like 4 or 5 pitchers going into the disabled list right away. Sorry, not the disabled list, the injury list, and they all got injured. So with that said, I feel like maybe they can get it, but I don't think that's one of the priorities. I think they should try to get, they're healthy and try to go into the playoffs again and try to win. And of course, they're the favorite to win right now. I've said this before in the show. It's not easy to say, "Oh, they're the best, they're the best, they're the best," because I've never been put in that pedestal, right? I've never been put to where my team is the top of the on top of the pedestal. And Yankee fans are one of those fan bases that ever since the 40s or 20s, whenever they started playing, the Yankees have been on top. Now because the Dodgers are there, and that's the team I root for, I feel a little weird. I feel a little weird. So I thought of something interesting to say in this topic. I was at the park and I was thinking, like, what can I say that's different from other people? The kids that are being born right now, they're being born to this franchise being the top notch of their league, right? That's how Yankees fans felt since the 20s. Yankees fans grew up and they started seeing the Yankees winning after season, right? And they've been champions. 27 championships is not easy to get. Now, with that said, you go into Dodger Town, you have all these babies being born. They're being born to Dodgers dynasty. They're seeing these World Series. They're seeing this team go to the playoffs. They're seeing this team win the World Series. So now they don't know nothing about losing like I do. My team was losing. Was losing. Now these kids are going to be arrogant. They're going to be Yankee fans in the future, dude. That's how much it sucks. Think about it, right?
Yeah, you got a point. I mean, with this Dodgers dynasty, that's all they're going to know, all about winning. As being an Angel fan, this teaches you how to be disciplined, humbled, and it makes you appreciate those special moments when you finally do make it to the playoffs,
Yeah.
But you're right. This Dodger team is built to win. Even with injuries, Carlos, I think it's built to even deliver. That's why Andrew Freeman did what he did. He brought in the pieces he needed here and there for the exact reason. In case there's an injury, I have another guy here ready to go. You're talking about Clayton Kershaw, still available, hasn't even pitched. Shohei Ohtani still hasn't even thrown a ball for the Dodger uniform. This rotation is stacked. You have 2 rotations in one team. It's crazy. But you got to be happy for it, Carlos. As a fan, you got to appreciate all the work ownership has done for your team, and they're doing the right thing. They're spending the right amount of money and generating money for their fans. So it's crazy. It's expensive to be a Dodger fan these days. Just want to throw that out there. The popularity for these Dodger team is crazy, and they're gaining so much more fans from worldwide. They continue to grow, and they're the best team right now. And as an Angel fan, I don't even get upset anymore. I just know that, hey, they have the right ownership and they have the right GM doing the right things. So I look at my team, and it's not the same way.
Hey, they'll get there, dude. I think they just need to sell the team and get the right owner in there and get that business mindset like the Dodgers have in there. And I'm pretty sure they'll go ahead and win some World Series. They got it in 2002. Why not get it again? So don't lose hope. Let's move on to the next topic, man. And this one is we want to choose 2 pitchers each. And I'll go ahead and start with mine. The guys that I felt that threw pretty good this, and of course I saw 2 pitchers throw today, and we'll go ahead and give them the mention. But one of the pitchers that I saw, and I think it's, I've seen him pitch because he was with the Dodgers, but I've seen him pitch before, and he was with the Cardinals, and he had good stuff. He had electric stuff. He was throwing hard. Then he went to all these other teams, and he got injured. And of course, last year we heard of him again because he was with the Tigers, and he was making a lot of headlines. He got traded to the Dodgers, and I got to see him pitch for the first time, like full length. Just on Friday, I got to see him pitch again, and he did really good, dude. This kid was mixing it up, change ups, curveballs, fastball, two seam. He was going everywhere, hitting his corners. I know he had a missed pitch against Freeman, and Freeman took him the up away, but you cannot ding him on that, especially on that lineup. And he impressed me completely. He did a really good job, dude. So he was one of the guys that really stood out for me as a pitcher right now. I know there's other pitchers out there that have better stats, but I just saw him pitch and he just did really good, dude. So yeah,
you're totally right. He had a great performance. He looked like his own self with the Dodgers. I think he was just happy to be there, see his old teammates, reminisce about the good times they had back in October, winning that World Series. And he wanted to pitch great to the Dodgers. He wanted to show why he should be in this rotation, right? I know you brought in Dustin May, Gonsolin back, but maybe I should have been that fifth guy in that rotation. And he proved that he's an LA kid. He wanted to stay here in LA. Unfortunately, he had to go get his bag in Detroit again. But he has some nasty stuff. And I think Neto brings up a good point. He was a main anchor for the Dodgers winning the World Series. With the Dodgers being banged up in their starting rotation, Jack Flaherty turned it up a notch. And he came to win a ring with the Dodger in a Dodger uniform. And he proved that he's capable of taking this pitching steps deep, and he did a great job.
I think he's just going to do a lot more better with the Tigers now because he knows how to get there. He knows how to win. He was in the championship team, and the Tigers are young. They're eager. They're fast. I mean, I saw the Tigers, and a lot of people are upset and saying that, I didn't expect the Tigers to lose all three of them. But you're looking at the Dodger team on the other side, and it's hard to beat that team, especially the pressure that pitcher has to throw strike after strike to try to get these guys out. And some of them got him, but then that missed pitch, they took advantage of it. And that's what's kind of crazy, dude. So it sucks.
Yeah, you're right. This Tigers team fought hard this weekend. They gave it their best, and they're very young. They're scrappy. They do those small things, and they tried their best. And unfortunately, they just got overtaken by a deep Dodger lineup. Mookie Betts hitting that walk-off off them. And, the Dodgers just find ways to win. And that's when you're that unbeatable, that great of a team. No matter how much pressure another team puts on you, you know how to overcome and win the game at the end of the day. And that's what.
And a lot of Dodger fans are not going to forget about him because he told Manny Machado, let's take it outside. Let's go. I got you. We'll meet you out there.
Yeah, man. He represented LA pretty well.
Yeah, he did. I'll give him that for sure. All right, you got yours, man. Go ahead and talk about your pitcher that you think that did good for you.
Yeah. Well, I just want to throw a positive mention, something for the Angels these days. We have this pitcher called Jose Soriano, which a lot of people don't really know who he is. He's a second-year pitcher, 26 years old. He threw 7 innings strong yesterday for the Angels. Gave up no runs, allowed 2 hits, allowed 11 ground ball outs yesterday. Man, he has some nasty stuff. He has great fastball, a splinker, which is a splitter and a sinker combined. And he has a knuckle curve. Yeah, man. Right, it's nice. A pitch that most people don't even know what it is, but it's a mixture of a splitter and a sinker. It's known to get a lot of ground ball outs, and he had a great performance yesterday. I know it's against the White Sox, but he went into Chicago and proved that he has some stuff to go deep, and he could be a future ace. It's a guy that, people don't really talk about. You need to look at these other pitchers who have a lot of talent. Another guy I want to throw up special mentions who was really impressive was Jacob deGrom. He's been dealing with injuries year in and year out. He's finally healthy, and when he's healthy, he's proven that he has one of the best elite stuff out there for a pitcher. He went 5 innings strong. They kind of had him in a pitch limit, but he did really great, and he showed why he is that true ace that Rangers really need to go deep into this playoffs this year if they do make it.
Yeah, Jacob deGrom, they're going to need him to go ahead and be that player. But I do want to go ahead and put them, since we're talking about the Rangers did something out there that, a lot of people expected them to do. The 2023 World Series flag that they had out there, they removed it. And why did they remove it? Because they feel that they can't be looking at the past. They feel like if they're looking at the past, that's not their accomplishments. Their accomplishment is to move forward and win more World Series. I think it's a little too much. I mean, I don't know.
This is my first time hearing this. What the heck are the Rangers doing? Are you mean to tell me they're going to remove it out of their stadium?
They're going to remove the flag out of their stadium. They're still going to have the World Series champions 2023 on the side, like every team does, but the flag is no longer going to be there.
Okay,
which is
Rangers.
Crazy, right?
I just want to throw that out there. You only have one World Series. That's the one and only. You need to keep it up there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you need to continue bringing more flags. There's no reason to be removing anything. Look at the past and enjoy it. It's a beauty in this game. You don't get these very often. And when you're a small market team like Texas Rangers, you got to appreciate the one you have. So it was a special season that year. Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, they've had a great, tremendous playoff run. Adolis Garcia, it's great memories. Why would you want to take it away from these Texas Ranger fans? I don't get it, Carlos. Is that just a Texas thing?
I don't know. And maybe it's just a mentality of them to try to move forward and try to get more World Series championships. But to me, I think I'll look at that and be like, you know what? I want to put another one up there. I want to have that flag up there because that represents me. I'm going to be able to see that flag and say, you know what? I got this flag for the Texas Rangers. And then removing the 2023 one, it's kind of like, I don't know. And wait, that's management, dude. That's management.
I'm just
that's
confused.
What they want to do.
I'm confused. This is a weird one for me. Bruce Bochy better not be in the mix in this. I'm just going to throw that out there. I know he's kind of old school, and he probably wants to focus on winning another one. You know, he's a guy that's won 4, 3 for the Giants, 1 for the Rangers, and he probably wants to win his 5th World Series ring without not having to look at a flag. So
that's true.
Man, that's just an interesting one. Thanks for bringing that up. I would have never thought this was a thing, but okay.
And there's other teams that are doing something similar, but I'll go ahead and talk about that after I talk about Mackenzie Gore. I think this kid needs a lot of mention because he threw a 6-inning game, 1 hitter against the Phillies. I know they lost the game, but still he struck out 13 guys. And that lineup is not easy. This kid was throwing heat. He was mixing it. He was throwing on the ground. He had them full big time, dude. And this kid was just throwing super good, dude. And there's a lot of celebration from him. I think I showed you the video. I should have put it on here. There's a video of him kind of saying or you know, he struck. I forget who he struck out. I don't know if it's Scott Stott. And he put his pants down, simulating that he put his pants down, you know. But yeah, the kid was having fun. If you guys don't remember, he was in that involved in that trade. And he was with the Padres and he went to the Nationals, of course. And I don't know if it's time for him to become the star out there or this is just one of those flukes because it's too early in the season. But Mackenzie Gore is a top prospect and was a top prospect. Now it's time for him to show up. We'll see if it does pay off for him this first start and then moving forward. So big time mentions for this. Just to remind everybody, he did throw 13 strikeouts on opening day. He's not the first pitcher to do that, but there is a lot of pitchers on that list, and Randy Johnson is on that list. We have the one that did it for the Nationals, not the Nationals, for Washington Senators. The last time they did it was in 1960. His name was Camilo Pascual. So, you know, he had 15 strikeouts on opening day. So it's a huge accomplishment. You know, just like Bryce Harper hits home runs on opening day, this kid did 13 strikeouts on opening day. So we'll see if we see more of him in the future or we forget about him in the future. I hope we don't forget about him because he did pretty good, man. I know you heard of him because you were talking about him trying to pick him up on fantasy baseball, right?
Yeah, totally messed this one up. I went with Ronel Blanco, but yeah, you're talking about Mackenzie Gore, a guy that's been in the mix for the past couple seasons with the Nationals after that Juan Soto trade. You know, he has this interesting movement when he throws the ball, and like you said, he had all Philly batters full. They couldn't find his pitch. He mixed it up with them really well. And you're talking about a well-seasoned Phillies team, right? That has a lot of veterans that's been in the game for a while. Somehow Mackenzie Gore did his best to have him full. He's proven why he's a true ace in this Nationals rotation. And he's taking over, man. After this one start, I think this guy's going to get more confidence and continue to build on this and find ways to become that next all-star type pitcher for this national team.
True. All right, let's move on to the next one, man. We have a lot of news going on. It's only been 3-4 days since the season started. That's why it's opening week. We have all these things going on. You know the team I told you that posted or put a plaque up because they won a wild card series? The Padres?
Yeah.
The Padres?
Yes.
Okay. Now look at this, dude. On their sign, downtown Petco Park left lane, which is a cool sign, they decided to put something under that. So they still think that Jackson Merrill is the MVP. I mean, not MVP, the Rookie of the Year. When we had Skeens winning the Rookie of the Year. Are they just mad, or are they just annoying fans? What's going on with this, dude? Give me a little bit of light of this. Did you know about this?
No, I did not know. Where are you finding these picks, Carlos? Wait, what the hell? This is an interesting sign. I like the Merrill mania. Reminds me of the wrestling days. Jackson
Yeah,
Merrill. I mean, they have a point though in a type of way, right?
yeah,
Me and you were kind of convinced that Jackson Merrill had every right to be Rookie of the Year. I know Paul
yeah.
Skeens was a great pitcher. He did great things for the game last season and had a great ERA, win
Hmm.
total, but he came into the league almost close to June, while Jackson Merrill did something we had never seen in this game. He every time he was on at bat and the team was down, he brought in the game-winning run, or did something special. He continues to impress us here every day, in and out. He's becoming an all-star player. Jackson Merrill's that guy. And I
Yeah.
feel like San Diego fans believe that he will be the future, and he should have won that Rookie of the Year. I agree with them. I think Padre fans are just being really petty right now and just trying to throw shade to the Paul Skeens and the MLB for giving him an award just because of his popularity contest, to be honest.
Yeah,
Uh, Paul
yeah.
Skeens has a popular girlfriend too, and it helps him grow the game even more. While Jackson Merrill is forgotten, and maybe because we're in the West Coast, we have this tendency to not watch late night games. But Jackson Merrill delivers every time he's at a bat, and he brings always a game-winning run, or he does what he needs to do for his team to win.
You know what? Jackson Merrill is a special player, dude, big time. And you mentioned it right now. You did say the kid can play, and we've said it that he deserved to be the NL Rookie of the Year. Because he didn't win it, I feel like yeah, you're gonna be a little sour about it, just like Dodger fans were sour when what was it? Matt Kemp didn't win the MVP, and we had the steroid guy win it, and that sucked. That's why I guess more Dodger fans were angry because of that. So with Merrill not winning the NL Rookie of the Year, I think they're going to be more into trying to have him win the MVP. The popularity contest needs to start. They need to go ahead and be really loud about it. But being petty is not going to help. Uh, I think it's just he won already. You can't go back. You can't go back in time. I mean, what else can I say? It's just you just have to go through the blows and try to have your player succeed and cheer him on every time he gets up to plate and hope he does good. I mean, dude, the kid is gonna be great. It's just
I like the
he's
sign
is it
though.
good? Huh? The sign.
I like the sign. Hey, city
I'll put,
council approved it, man. This is a legit California sign. Just gonna throw that out there. This sign cannot go up there without city council approval. So even San Diego fans know that this is true. So, and I agree. Even though I'm not a Padres fan, Jackson Merrill was that guy, and he brought in 4 runs in the season opener this weekend. They just swept the Braves, and they're looking nice, man. I just want to give special shout out to the Padres team, who are also
yeah,
undefeated, starting the season 4-0. They lost some
yeah,
guys this year, and they still look really great. Um,
they do.
this Brave team
Nick
is not
Pavetta. Nick Pavetta did good today. Really good.
a big
Yeah.
signing.
Huge, and it was underrated. Like it wasn't one of those signings where everybody was like, "Damn!" I was even talking about like, "Is that a good signing?" We won't know until the season starts, and here we are.
Yeah, they're pretty stacked. They look good. You give me Jackson
Yeah,
Merrill, Manny Machado, and Tatis. Nando's looking nice too. He's capable of
yeah,
winning an MVP, and he's showing that this could be his year. If Shohei finally has an off season, could be Nando's year. So this is
yeah,
good for the Padres. They're trying to find momentum going into from last year, and they honestly know that this Dodger team is way too stacked, but they just gotta continue winning, and they'll be in the mix. And Jackson Merrill could be that guy. So you
yeah.
got to pay him up now because that contract's gonna be expensive.
And they better lock him up because he is going to be looking to get a good contract, and he's playing good baseball. So we'll see as that goes on, and see if the Padres can fix their financial problems and their lawsuits and all that stuff that's going on, which is the ugly side of baseball. And it sucks because I kind of like that the Padres are making and having a great team, and I hope it does continue. I just want to give an honorable mention too. So all the people that have been playing fantasy baseball with our site with the Real Talk Baseball, we have 12 teams on here, and the teams are doing pretty good, dude. Everybody's involved. We have Padre Bod playing with us. If you guys haven't checked him out, he's on TikTok, he's on YouTube, and he decided to play with us, and he's doing pretty good. We have Mookie Monsters. We have a Roki of the Year. That's a pretty cool name. And then Dumpster Pryor, which is a good one.
Right.
So I mean, these guys are having fun, and that's what it's all about. Remember, all these guys are participating. They did not pay for them to come in, but they are going to get a chance to win a jersey, a Real Talk Baseball jersey from their favorite team, but it's going to have our logo so you guys can represent. And of course, give a free advertisement. So that's all going to be good, dude.
These are looking like some really close matches for week 1. This is a categories league, as I could look from looking at the score. This is looking pretty evenly matched right now, and I like that these people are looking into playing fantasy baseball. It's definitely great. Makes you scratch your head a lot of times because things don't always go right, and this is the beauty of it. You don't know what's going to happen. Injuries always come and go, and fantasy's great. So I just want to give a special shout out to our fantasy baseball show, John Merrill and Will Power out there handling things out there for us. And make sure to tune in every Thursday to get your fantasy baseball news because you're going to need it if you want to win this jersey this year.
And I want to give another shout out to Ryan. He's always listening to us, so I'll go ahead and give him that. And hopefully you can win and get that jersey, man. We want free advertisement, of course. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next, man. I know we talked about the Dodgers already, but if you didn't see the start last night and you didn't see the game last night, we got you covered, of course. Roki Sasaki did not do so well, and it looks like he was crying out in the dugout. He didn't want to get taken out that early. He wanted to continue pitching. But if you're in the major leagues, you cannot continue pitching after 45 pitches in one inning. It's just not going to happen, especially a rookie, a 23-year-old going out there trying to, impress everybody. You're trying to impress 56,000 people in that stadium. It's not going to happen, dude. So this kid has a long career. And I know he's pushing himself to be better. I know he has all these issues that were kind of out there already. People were saying that maybe we shouldn't sign him because of that. Maybe we shouldn't go into that because of this. But, the kid's only 23, dude. And I haven't seen a lot of people actually talk crap about this. I think everybody's kind of understanding of what's going on with this guy. Are you one of those that are like, I'm talking crap about him? Or I understand what's going on?
Yeah, it's one of those where it's just normal in the game of baseball, especially when you come from another country. The transition period always takes a while. Look at Shohei Ohtani. It took him a couple months for him to find his groove. People were talking about Ohtani having to be in the minor leagues to start the season. When it first start, the guy goes off. Roki's having a little different rough time right now. He can't find the control. His balls are just not going where he wants it to go. The control is not there. He's been walking a lot of batters, and it's been adding to its pitch count. And Dave Roberts, he's known and watching all these things. He doesn't want to overwork you. He has a lot of depth. He has a good bullpen. He knows that he could rely on them and give you that break you need to recover for the next start. And Roki right there looks like he's really upset. He's probably letting his whole country of Japan down. They're having huge expectations from him, and they bet they're watching worldwide to make sure he does really good and he's not delivering. It's only 2 starts. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I think he's going to be just fine. And that's part of the game, Carlos. This Tiger team isn't easy either, right? They fought hard, and they showed that they were putting pressure on a rookie, and that's what you're going to do. AJ Hinch had this Tigers team playing at an elite level, showing why they were a playoff team last year. But this rookie guy is going to find his groove, and he's going to be just fine. Don't worry at all, Dodger fans. He could be, even if he gets optioned to minor leagues, that's even good for him. It would be great. Yeah. Maybe spend a couple months down there, work on your fastball, work on your command, and we'll bring you back when the pitchers are finally tired.
Yeah. And I agree, dude. Like, I don't think it's something to be like, oh, he's a bust right away, right off the bat. No, Japan won the championship. If you guys don't remember the WBC, he was one of the elite pitchers and got him to the championship. So
21.
I don't think that exactly. He was only 21 at that time. Now he's 23. He's a little bit more mature, but the background from this kid is not one of those that you expect him to have because he was in Japan. If you guys don't remember, in 2011, there was a tsunami out there in Japan, which he lost his grandparents and his father. So those are big issues. Yes, it's huge, man. So for a lot of people, they don't know that's his background. And of course, coming to a different country, trying to pitch in front of the 56,000 people in Dodger Stadium and try to impress and trying to be the best person he can be, like, it's hard. He's not in his own country. He's not there with his countrymen. He's not there with his family. So give the kid a break. I think this kid is going to be okay. He's going to be fine. Dodger fans, don't be scared. Don't be going straight to the exit doors and saying this guy is a bust. It's only the second start. Yamamoto didn't do it all that great either when he first started with the Dodgers. He was nervous. He didn't know what to expect. This kid is younger, so he does not know what to expect. He wants to be the best pitcher ever, and he's going to probably get there if he listens to the organization and if he stays on track to do that. So only time will tell, but definitely we cannot, turn our backs on this kid yet. We have to be there for him.
Yeah, and we have Neto here in the comments. Thank you for keeping the comment section alive, Neto. Thank you out there. He says the offense can still carry him to win even with a bad outing. And that is totally true. This Dodgers team is just so deep. They still ended up winning the game. Dave Roberts pulled them out a little early, and he found guys to just hold down the lead, and they did just fine. So this is the beauty of this Dodgers team, man. You're right. Yamamoto is looking like a true ace, and I'm calling it, man. He has Cy Young possibilities this year. I have him high up there, man. I don't think he has some nasty stuff, man. You saw those 10 Ks. He had the Tiger players fooled. And this is a Tigers lineup that is not easy. They're young, but they're scrappy. And Yamamoto has the nastiest stuff in the game right now. And that's why he signed that $325 million deal. When people were like, wait, that much money for a guy that's never pitched in the MLB? Yes, because he has the craziest stuff we've ever seen.
True. Hey, how tall is Yamamoto anyway?
I'm not sure.
5'10", 5'11"? He looks short.
He looks pretty short. He's under 6 feet.
Yeah, he's under 5. He has to be.
In TV, you always look smaller than you really are.
You look like a big old monster, dude. All right, let's move on, man. We do have more stuff to talk about. Of course, we have Devers and we have Judge. Two teams that are rivals, and we'll go ahead and put their pictures here. One of them is doing good, and one of them is not doing so good. The one that's not doing so good, Rafael Devers. If you guys don't remember, there's been issues with him out there in Boston on him not playing third base, becoming the DH for them because Bregman signed with the Red Sox. Now, on the other hand, you have Judge that's hitting bombs, and he has 4 home runs already, 11 RBIs, batting .545. OPS 2.461. Those are some crazy numbers out there, man. That's crazy, dude. 11 at bats. He's doing wonders out there for New York. What do you think Devers is seeing or feeling in his head that he's not playing third base, dude?
Man, you got to feel for the guy, man. He looks really sad in the dugout. He just cannot find his bat. He had a late start to his spring training, and then with the controversy of him saying he was going to be the third baseman no matter what, I feel like he misses being out there in the field. He wants to play, and he's already been told, you're going to be the DH. You're bad defensively, and now he's bad offensively. So what's going to happen? He's going to be stuck being in the bench if he can't deliver. He broke a record that had never been done, Carlos. In his first 12 at-bats to start the season, he struck out 10 times. That's terrible. He's not looking like himself, and I don't know if he's going to ever be able to pick it up again, man. I think that Boston media is probably eating him up alive as well. They're saying out there he needs to suck it up. I think so too, man. He needs to flip the switch and find his groove again, because if he doesn't, he's going to be cut pretty soon, man. This Boston team is desperate to win, and they're not going to waste any time. But what's up with your boy Judge, man? He's looking great. He's like an MVP type player again. He's not using torpedo bats, and he's still hitting bombs. So this is awesome. It's great to see Judge be in his groove again, because when he falls off, it's not good. It just looks bad when he strikes out every time. When Judge is in his A game, he's that dude.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and mention what Ralphie's going to. He's 0 for 16, 1 RBI. He has 12 Ks, man. How do I know this? I have him on my fantasy team. You need to wake up, dude. Come on. What the hell? What the hell's going on? Dude, anyway, I want to go back to that, Ralphie. Why? Because I feel like when you move a player out of his element, and his element is third base, he's been playing there since he joined the Red Sox. And when I talked about this last year with Gavin Lux, he's a shortstop by trade. They moved him to second base, and he did not do all that great. They moved him out to the outfield. He did not do all that great. That's why he got traded to the Reds. Now, there's players like that. Players are known to be like that. They're used to their element. They're used to their craft. They're used to doing that every day. Now, he's in the dugout. What is he doing? Is he not, doing something? He doesn't feel active. Maybe he's sitting too long. Maybe he's not going to the cage back there and during the innings. Like, who knows, right? He's probably one of those type of players that needs to be out in the field to be one of those players that feels that are contributing to the team. When you feel that you're not doing that, you go up to plate really unconcentrated, and of course you're going to produce those 12 Ks. So for me, I think they need to go ahead and talk to him. They need to get a psychologist to go tell him, like, look, you need to be active during these innings, do something different, productive, and be part of the team and be involved in those innings that you're not inside the field. For the Red Sox, try to move him to first base. Try to do something where he feels that he's contributing in the defense. Now, I'm not a coach. I'm not anybody big to be like, you need to do it. But if anybody is listening, I think this is the way that they need to approach it. So that's how I feel about it. Now, Judge,
Yeah.
dude, go ahead.
No, I just want to say Devers, yeah, he's not looking great. And the Boston Red Sox may just have to trade him in the trade deadline this year. Maybe someone else could use this third baseman. You never know. There's teams that are going to be needing a third baseman. If Rafi can't deliver, I'm sorry. They have a lot of prospects out there that they could just bring up, and they're ready to go. Kristen Campbell looks nice. Marcelo Mayer looks good. They got guys ready to come up to these bigs. And if Rafi can't deliver, and with that big of a contract, it may just be time to ship him out.
Damn.
Sorry to throw that out there, but it's business, man, and you got to win.
Yeah, I just don't think maybe the Yankees have a time would be able to be that team. If you're a Yankee fan and you feel like you can get Devers, that's not going to happen. There's no way the Red Sox will trade him to the Yankees.
No,
and maybe you're right. Maybe that's one of the ways that he will get encouraged to play baseball again. I feel like he's maybe disappointed. Yeah, he should get over it and try to play the game. He has all his teammates there trying to encourage him, but if it doesn't work out, the only way that they can go ahead and make this man play baseball is by trading him out somewhere else. So only time will tell, and we will see what happens during that time. But let's move on to the next one, man. We have a video.
You had something about Judge. Sorry, I cut you off. What were you going to say about my boy Aaron Judge out there, the MVP, to start the opening week?
So I think Aaron Judge, to be honest, I think he's still hurt about the World Series. This is the first time he gets there. This is the first time he plays in the World Series. All excited. The big two teams in MLB. You got the Dodgers, the Yankees, and this is center stage. You had more people that were not introduced to baseball looking at the game. So this man now is making it a mission, making it a fact. He's going to try to win the home run record. He's going to beat the 73 home runs by Barry Bonds. It's 73 or 71. I forget. 73. Gotcha. He's going to try to do that, even though a lot of people say that, oh, no, he has it because he's in the American League. Nah, he doesn't have it yet. He needs to beat the Barry Bonds record. He could do that this year. He's going to try to be the MVP again, of course. He's going to try to win the Gold Glove because his defense wasn't all that great. Remember that. And he's going to try to do that. He's been working all season long, and he's tired of hearing the Dodgers being the top team. He's tired of hearing. Yeah, he's tired of hearing Ohtani being the best player in the world when Aaron Judge is still playing. So I think this guy is making it personal, and he's going to make all those changes, and he's going to prove it, dude. He's doing it. He's doing it right now. He's not changing anything. He's being the same guy. He's not even growing his beard. He's keeping the tradition.
And he's doing it without torpedo bats.
Yeah, exactly. No torpedo bat. He's using a full-length bat.
And showing why he's that guy, right? He has that manpower. He goes up there. Anything thrown in the middle of the box, he's going to crush it. Doesn't matter where, either left field, right field, center field. He has power for days. That you're right, man. This guy is mad from last season. He looks focused. He looks locked in, ready to take over the season. And it's a Yankee team that lost Juan Soto, and I know he's upset about that. Like, he went to the crosstown rival Mets. Juan Soto was that guy for him. His great teammate, but he let him down, and I think that's in the second upset that Judge had, right? Losing the World Series, then you lose Soto, so you want to take over, and he's gonna prove that guy why he's the MVP. I totally agree with you. We got chicks who loves baseball too. If Judge is an avatar-looking dude, just don't throw any balls his way. He might just miss it. Maybe we should change the size of the glove too. Hey man, it may be a possibility. There's a lot of changes this year, either good or bad, but there's changes these days.
There are changes. There are changes. We still have more stuff to talk about. And if you missed it, we'll go ahead and play the clip for you guys here. But Jonathan India got hit in the head, and we'll go ahead and play it here.
Oh, that hit him on the helmet. And did it hit him in the near the mouth or the jaw part of the helmet?
That didn't look good, dude.
Wow, this is my first time watching this clip. I had seen that Jonathan India was hit by a pitch, but this is my first time watching this clip right now. That did not look good. That looked really painful. It looks like he's going to probably miss some time right now with that pitch going to his mouth area. Oh, man, that's pretty bad. That's a bad hit. Hope Jonathan India could find himself back because he looked like he was having a fresh start with this Kansas City team, and he was ready to take on this season and deliver good things. So he may be out for a while, but, he'll find his way back with Kansas City.
Yeah, and it's crazy when he looks back, he looked kind of mad and kind of disgust, like, oh man, I'm gonna get you back for this because you hit me on the time that I was doing good. And Class A, of course, didn't look like he was apologetic or wasn't looking at him. And you know how some pitchers, when they hit people on the head, they're like, oh man, my bad. He did not look like that. That says a lot about a player to me. When someone throws at a hitter and then hits them in the head and they're like, oh my God, I'm sorry, shows empathy. Like, that's crazy, dude. Like, and I don't know, if you were a pitcher and you hit someone in the head, what would you do?
I'll feel terrible. I'll be like the Shohei Ohtani, like, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me right then and there. But Blase showed no empathy, bro. He just threw it there. I'm like, so what? Move on, next batter. And you're like, what the hell? But that's why I think Jonathan India was pissed. It was something he, didn't expect. Got hit in the face. He wants to be in the field, and now he's gonna have to miss some time because he got hit in the head. It's not fun because you've been waiting for the MLB season for a while, and third game into the season, you're already popped in the head. You're gonna miss some time. You're like, fuck. You're upset.
And that's what sucks, dude. That's what really sucks. Like, I know if I would hit someone, and I kind of did hit a lot of people when I was growing up, I felt really bad. And dude, when I was in Little League, I was throwing pretty hard and hitting people. And I got to a point where I hit a little kid in the head and had to take him to the doctor. And I thought, oh man, what's going to happen to him? And after that, I wasn't right. I was just throwing outside, and I wasn't doing all that well. And then after that, I remember my dad goes like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I have money. I could pay for the insurance. You just throw the ball. And so I got confident, started throwing the ball again. And we won championships with that, dude. So I'm happy my dad did that. So I'll go a big mention to my dad for that. So I'll say that, man. Yeah.
We have in the comments, LFGM throwing out their thoughts on Trout being drilled. Yeah, his first at bat, and he already gets hit in the hand area. Luckily, he had like a protective glove in his hands. Have you seen what Mike Trout has in there? He looks like he's been through it all. He's not trying to get any type of injury. Thankfully, he's not hurt. He's not missing any time. He was able to stay in the game. But these past two games after the hit by pitch, it doesn't look like the same old Mike Trout. He looks like he's scared. He's pressing in the plate, and he hasn't really done such great job these past 3 games. It's only 3 games. Got to get him the benefit of the doubt. At the end of the day, this is Mike Trout, first ballot Hall of Famer. He had one of the best 10-year incredible runs, being Rookie of the Year, 3-time MVP, 11-time All-Star. That's something that we've never seen in this game. And Mike Trout held the game for MLB for a while. From that 2010s era when MLB was kind of dying out, Mike Trout was that guy. So I'm glad to see that he's still healthy and is able to play, man, because that was really scary. Right? We're panicking.
Dude, look, I'll go ahead and say this. They were in Chicago. Chicago's really cold in this time. The weather is really, really cold. If you've never been to Chicago, you better take a big jacket because it's really cold. It's not cold like, oh, it's nice and windy. No. It's really cold. Super cold. So you're playing baseball in the cold weather and then getting hit. I don't care if there's pad or no padding. It hurt. It hurt them, dude. And I'm pretty sure that's what kind of affected his at bats. Wait till he comes to sunny California. I think he'll be okay. He'll hit his first home run out here in Anaheim, or home runs. I'm expecting home runs from this guy because he loves it out here in Anaheim. He likes to play out here, dude. It's nice, warm. You know, we if they get hit by a ball, it's all right. I'll walk to first feeling good. But you can tell when he got hit in that hand, he had padding, but he still kind of went like, oh man, I did feel it. I felt it. So unfortunately, it sucks. I want him to stay on the field. He's on my fantasy team. So you're listening. Stay healthy, dude. Stay healthy, please. Stay healthy.
Hey, I just want to throw out there, I'm dealing with a finger injury from lifting weights. And honestly, it's one of the worst pains I've ever had with a finger. Like, what the? I feel like I can't do anything. I can't lift a single water bottle. It already freaking hurts. I could just imagine getting hit by a baseball. What the hell? Luckily, he had some padding. You're totally right. I think the weather played a big factor. Today's White Sox Angel game had a 4-hour rain delay. I'm not sure if you guys saw the images with the tarps. The field guys had a really bad time, and they couldn't get the tarp over the field. It was looking like the game may have had to be suspended, but luckily weather found its way to give them a time to come back and play the game. But, man, dude, what a crazy week. It's been 4 days, and there's so much news. It's incredible how much this game is being talked about. It's definitely growing. You're not even hearing about people talk about college basketball, Final Four. Nobody cares about that these days. It's baseball. Baseball has taken over. I heard an interesting stat on one of the daily morning shows saying that from now to October, over 50 million people are going to be buying MLB tickets. 50 million people. That's wild. That's a crazy stat. I'm like, so many people enjoy going to a ball game and just enjoying a nice drink and watching the beautiful game of baseball. It may be called America's pastime, but it's the best time.
It's the best time. Dude, hopefully we don't go on a strike next year. They better start fixing that now. They better start talking about it now and saying, we're not going to go on strike. This is a wrong time to do this. Because there's so many people talking about baseball. People that never talk to me about baseball are talking about baseball right now. You know, it's crazy. Like, I'm like, oh, what? You talk about baseball? Cool. You know, it's hard to find people that talk about baseball and the right baseball. Not just like, I'm just an occasional fan. You know, I talk, oh, yeah, the Dodgers won the world. Yeah, no. They're talking about Orioles hitting 6 home runs on opening day. They're talking about 13 Ks by Mackenzie Gore. And we're like, what? I didn't know you knew that. That's crazy. So, that's cool, man. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope the strike doesn't happen next. 2027? But they got to get a deal done. They got to get a deal done now. So, if it locks out, I think it's going to be a long season, and it's going to.
Well, we have the WBC.
We have the WBC next year, yes, but
there will be more teams.
There's more teams, huh? We're not going to be able to get to see it out here in California, though. That's what sucks. Oh. Yeah, it's all in Florida.
We may have to take a quick trip to Miami. How about that? It could be a good excuse to finally go out there. You know, I've never been to Miami, Florida, and baseball could be that reason why, you know. So it's great. We have Chicks Loves Baseball too, saying this is the best season ever. Forget Christmas. Baseball is the best. You're totally right. This is next 6 months. It's just going to be great. We're going to be watching the Dodgers just take over the MLB world by shock, or the Yankees. Judge has a lot of potential to be that guy and come back and take this Yankee deep, even though we are questioning if there will even be making the playoffs. So we're going to show the MLB predictions we had last week. I'm not sure if you want to put that out there, Carlos. We had a couple predictions, and just want to say that should we change our picks? You know, we had these picks last week after 4 games. Are you starting to change your mind?
To be honest, dude, I saw the Tigers. I saw how well they did. I saw how they brought up the intensity, how they were stealing bases, how they put pressure on these pitchers. A lot of people think that, it's just about hitting the ball. No, when they're out in the field on the bases, on the base path, it's about them getting that pitcher nervous so he won't throw strikes. So I don't have them on my rankings, but I could potentially change them. You know, the Guardians did beat the Royals this series, so that's a divisional game. So I won't change it now, but I think we still got this month to change it. Let's give it to April and see if we can change it. But I'm thinking about the Tigers, and I'm thinking about the Padres moving up and having the D-backs behind them. So let's give it to May and see what we think. I think maybe we're correct right now, and maybe we're not. What do you think? What do you want to change one of your teams?
No, not yet. It's too soon, but there are already some question marks. Like, man, maybe I did mess that one up. You know, you do have a Cubs team that I gave them the Central, but today they collapsed. They gave 7 runs in the 8th inning to lose a game, being up by 4 runs, and you give up 7 runs in the 8th inning. Wait, they gave up 8 runs in the 8th inning. Sorry, and they lost the game. It was a terrible loss. I could see the Cubs probably not winning this division now. It's too early. But this Tiger Yankees not being in our mix could be a shock for a lot of people, but they have the potential to be there too. It just depends who's going to be healthy at the end of the season. But it's still a lot of baseball. There's still 158 games, and we'll see. But these are our predictions. Let us know in the comments if you think we're crazy. But just check us out. And don't forget to give us a like and subscribe if you like what you're watching here. We have a lot of great content going in every Sunday going forward, 7 p.m. Pacific time or 10 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll be here and hope to see you guys every Sunday.
Definitely. And don't forget our Thursday show. If you have a fantasy baseball team, if you want to win your league, you know, we do have the 2 guys that go on Thursday live. You can ask them if, hey, can I make these trades? And can I look and listen to what are available to me at this point? And they'll have the answer for you guys. So don't forget to tune in on Thursdays and Sundays, of course. We'll go ahead and have a good time. But we reached that point in time, Ernie, that we all got to go and we got to stop talking about baseball and try to see if we can go into Monday and start that good week next week. So last mentions, man.
Well, I just want to thank everybody in the comment section for keeping it active and continue to bring that positivity here in the comment section. We're having a great time talking baseball. And like Carlos said, there's just much more to talk about every week. And this is beautiful, man. I love baseball so much. I start thinking like this is my favorite sport of every sport in the world. So this is a beauty, man. It continues to grow, and I'm happy to see that people are finally interested, man, because we went through a stretch where people were not really into the game and talking bad about the game. You know, we have a lot of naysayers sometimes in baseball. It's too long, but no, we have great things coming. And Neto's saying, when is the best time to buy tickets? Hey, maybe a couple hours before the game starts is always the best time. You got those people trying to get rid of tickets last minute, and they always drop the price. He's saying we had a couple buddies planning to go to a Dodger Yankee game Friday, May 30th. I was just curious if anybody knows if the resale prices fluctuate. They definitely do. And it all depends. It all depends what happens from now to May 30th. You know, if both teams are on top, tickets are only going to rise. And if the Yankee team sucks, then, you know, tickets are going to go cheaper.
Yeah. But not only that, though, there's the Yankees, no matter what, it's going to happen to where you have to buy tickets now if you want to get a ticket because they're going to sell out. They're going to sell out. So I suggest just buy the ticket.
Me, though. Just make sure you take me to the game.
Yeah, man. All right. We'll go ahead and log off from here. This is our point to say goodbye. But before I go, I do want to say thank you guys for listening. I know Ernie already said it, but I want to say it too. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe. We're waiting for you. We're waiting for your questions. But from all of us here on Real Talk Baseball, on Carlos Baseball, this is Ernie Orange, Real Talk Baseball, signing out.